do you think VR, immersive tech, what do you think this looks like in 5 to 10 years? VR has this ability to create these emotions in you. It's like you transport into this new world, and it's a lot of fun. So with the Vision Pro coming out and that becoming 4K and being what feels like a little bit more focused into the productivity aspect of life, like this is beyond just gaming. Yes, you can use it for gaming, but it's gonna be far more than that, and the quality is gonna be higher. I can only imagine that once that launches, it's like the quickness of this is gonna go. So all that, sorry.
It's okay.
Long question.
I like talking with you because you have the consumer in mind at all times, right? Like
It's just a selfish response, by the way, because I'm the consumer and I'm trying to justify.
but that's okay. That's because you're the one we're building for, right? Like that's the thing, is like we're building technology for people. And sometimes we get caught up as technologists and building it for technology's sake. And we forget we're building for people. And so that you are now more and more excited, increasingly excited about the technology as it's coming out. Whereas 5, 10 years ago, you were like, what the heck is that VR thing? That just means we're doing the right thing. So that's exciting. It's exciting that you're excited. It means that we're moving in the right direction. But go ahead.
So with your tinfoil hat on, what do we look like in 10 years? Are we totally Black Mirror? If we could even jump 20 years if it feels like that'd be more realistic. That's too far? Too far? Okay, too many jumps. What do you see?
Yeah, oh man, okay. We have been in the VR and AR space playing with the Palm Pilot and the BlackBerry's equivalents. I think we have not had our iPhone moment. Everybody talks about the iPhone moments, and I don't think we've had that yet. I don't think the Vision Pro is the iPhone moment of our space. There is a lot of utility and user experience learning that took a generation of Palm Pilot, BlackBerry, laptop, and packed into that iPhone moment in a way that had not been done before. And even in that first iPhone moment, took then 3 generations of that iPhone to really be the iPhone everybody thinks about. The first iPhone, that's not the iPhone you think about when you think about the iPhone.
Was it like 16 gigabytes?
Yeah.
I think that was like the max that you could get.
There was no app store. Like when you think about the iPhone moment, you think about, oh, all these apps and blah, 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 there's an app for that and da, da, da. That wasn't the case. There was no app store. There was jailbreaking your iPhone to put things on it from hackers in that community. That was the first iPhone and the second iPhone. And it wasn't until the third iPhone that there was actually an app store and an ecosystem and a consumer experience that blew up for Apple and the mass market and how we think today about phones and smartphone devices. We haven't done that yet in the VR and AR space. So that's my first thought of where we're at today. For 5 to 10 years from now, I think this year has been really important for looking at the beginning of the year with ChatGPT and generative AI and this big explosion of utility that has not been able to be adopted by the VR and AR community yet. You haven't seen a product in VR and AR go out to market and 100 million people use it. Just haven't had that. ChatGPT did it in like 3 months. All of a sudden, right? Not to say that AI has just been like an all of a sudden they just put it together. They've been working on it for a whole generation. But what's important about this next motion of AI is when we talk about the iPhone moments and smartphones, we're not talking about the interface and the touch screen and the hardware and the battery life and blah, blah, blah. That's not what consumers care about. They care about the apps that they have access to on their phones very easily, and all their information and all their activities and their games, all in one place, all on one device, accessible. So if we're gonna go into a next iPhone moment, we have to think about what is the next app store, not the next device. And when I said earlier that I don't think Apple's had their iPhone moment with the Apple Vision Pro, I think Apple knows that. I think they look at their ecosystem as the computer and the phone And then when I need it, I have my iPad. And I think now, when I need it, I'll have my Vision Pro. But I don't think they're looking to replace their other devices with this. I think they're looking to extend their ecosystem into this new space and be ready for what comes next as far as the user experience with AI and natural language and all of these fun, exciting things that are coming.